Alright, that is the warm-ups done. Welcome to P versus HaSappy. Feel like the start of this match, we could see some pretty lopsided picks. Hello, Violet. Because on one side you have P, who may or may not be outscaled. I don't really know. I'm assuming she is probably a bit outscaled, though. The hidden gimmick player. Versus HaSappy, who probably does have the advantage, considering this pool definitely doesn't outscale him, at least in his own skill set. The speed player, speed burst player specifically. So I think Protects and Vans here are pretty obvious from both sides. With the way P's last match went, I assume she's just gonna Protect Hidden too. Probably just ban any of the speed maps, really. Hard Rock 1, No Mod 2, DT2, they're all good bans for P. HaSappy wanting to protect one of those three. Unless there's another speed map I don't know about, in which case my bad. Probably wanting to ban one of the gimmickier maps, though. Or aim, because I'm pretty sure one skill set P is good at is aim, at this star rating at least. Whereas HaSappy is like your quintessential speed player who hates aim. But of course, HaSappy is nearly 3-digit, so his aim should be like horrendously outscaled unless he is The true quintessential speed player who hits him. Okay, protects being sent. HaSappy going in for the first ban. Hidden one. Interesting. The hidden flow aim map. Then P bans no mod 2 and DT2. Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed to get at least one, right? TT2 was protected, so no mod 2 does get banned. Maybe Hard Rock 1 would have been a better bet there. But again, that's always just a 50-50 anyways. And no mod 4 as HaSappy's second ban. No mod 4 being 170 BTM. Kinda cut tech map, cut stream tech, I guess. P happy with that. P protecting hidden 2. Of course, makes sense. After what happened last time, you probably want to protect something like hidden 2. And HaSappy insta-picks DT2. I'm sure this point might be a real get you on the edge of your seat with how close it's gonna be. Because I know P can definitely play 230 BPM consistent stamina streams. Just prematurely congratulate HaSappy on winning his first pick of the match. Yeah, and P's already got a little bit of an act disadvantage. Guess the better question is, how good of a score will HaSappy get? First Ki, and HaSappy does find a miss right there. I think that was a finger lock. He obviously not having a very fun time, but surprisingly early miss from HaSappy. Given his UR looks pretty good on this map usually. I mean, in a pick as lopsided as this, it's always good to just bring it out first, get all your nerves out of the way. Because if you just shake and break, it doesn't really matter. But nearly 96 ACK is pretty solid. Get into the second Ki. HaSappy is still building ACK. And as I say that, he immediately stops. My bad. And now HaSappy's starting to overstream. A map like No Mod 2 is probably a lot more his skill set in raw stamina. I mean, a respectable performance anyways. Nearly 500k. P did nearly break 100k as well. Means P does get the next pick, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, she picks Hidden too. I mean, I think HaSappy's put up like a somewhat solid Hidden 2 performances. I don't know if, has P like had the chance to play a Hidden 2 yet? Ooh, that's a bit of a gap in, well, a round of 32. Yeah, one player does immediately look a bit more comfortable. Yeah, Savvy's already starting to find lots of misses. Well, P is holding about 97% AC. Looking very comfortable on this map. Savvy finally getting outscaled quite hard on the Hidden. Okay, they both note log that little burst. I mean, already this is a pretty strong score from P. Yeah, HaSappy's played a lot of them. Another miss from P, but still, this is a strong performance. You know, HaSappy not having a lot of fun. He finally finds another Mr. Creed. But I mean, about 350k I want to say, maybe more. Yeah, 360k from P. Pretty solid score. HaSappy just forced to play Hidden 2. But HaSappy does have next pick. This is where the picks start to become more interesting. Of course, it does depend again if P is outscaled or not. If I was HaSappy, I'd probably just pick Hard Rock 1. I don't think P is the stamina for that kind of map. There's also more of the DTs. Just like abuse your mechanics, I guess, on a 7-star pool. DT4. Now this is like your aim control map, isn't it? Your quote-unquote DT alt. It's not really alt, is it? AR 10.3, so it tests your high AR a bit. But I think both players can play 10.3. Of course, it's different when you have to play all sorts of funky patterns on it, rather than just your generic Sotanks map. But you're going to be seeing 360 BPM aim control patterns. Okay, yeah. HaSappy looks a lot more comfortable already. Of course, gonna have to see how they hold the first Ki. I mean, both players are still holding. HaSappy does find the first miss though on one of those sliders. He just has a disgusting ACK advantage over P. P held far longer, but does finally miss, and unfortunately her accuracy is just not quite good enough to beat HaSappy's. And that's another miss in what would be more fillery sections, I guess. Assuming HaSappy holds, which he did get to build up a bit more of a score lead. Now we get into the really hard part, and neither player is looking comfortable on it at all, which very much favors HaSappy, who's already got a bit of a score lead. And now, built up about 70 combo coming into final third. Yeah, 360 BPM aim is quite hard, especially when it's mildly awkward. Get into the final part of the map. I mean, HaSappy does have kind of filthy accuracy still. Yeah, 350k to HaSappy, he only getting about 150k. ACK played a massive role in that. But also the 7 miss compared to the 21 miss. At that kind of BPM, you have to be really comfortable at 170. Hidden free insta-pick. This is like a tech map, just with hidden, I guess. Just got some awkward cuts in there. Vastly slower than the last map. Okay, both players have already missed. This map does kind of have hands with hidden. You need to be very comfortable on controlling your flow amp with hidden. Both players struggling to build up combo in this intro, but he has slight combo advantage. And therefore a very slight score lead. Yeah, but most of the time they just seem to be trading on random sliders or patterns. He just seems to be consistently holding for slightly longer. Well, that could be a huge hold for HaSappy. Okay, immediately breaks afterwards. My bad. Yeah, HaSappy not having fun, but he is looking really outscaled. He does have a slight hack advantage, but You know, HaSappy has the tiniest of combo advantages, and as I say that, he misaims a pattern, so my bad. But yeah, even on this quote-unquote filler, both players just randomly finding note locks on the very awkward ult patterns. Okay, he does have a bit of combo here, but I don't think either player is gonna hold through this section. Yeah. But these trades are still favoring P. Barring HaSappy holding through the rest of this section, I think this could be another point for P. And I say that, HaSappy does have some combo advantage, but he immediately breaks, so I guess, yeah, this is another pick for P. And therefore, another point. About 10k score in it, neither player really hitting anything, to be honest. He just looked a lot more comfortable reading the map. But now HaSappy gets another pick. Are we gonna see another DT pick? DT free, yeah. Sticking with the mod that's winning in points. Now, I've completely forgotten what this map is, unfortunately. Is this like an alt map or what? Oh yeah, 220 burst. Makes sense, then. AR10, both players should be fine. Right. Have to see if P can do the tapping. And whether HaSappy's feeling consistent on the aim. Oh yeah. Some wide angle jumps. Disgusting. The squares not so much, squares are fine. Nice, we get into it. Okay, map finally starting up a little bit. Both players looking kinda chill. It's just HaSappy does have that hack advantage right now, giving him a bit of a score lead. Yeah, who's the upper one? HaSappy does find the first miss on some of the aim though. And the score lead flips over to P now. Get into the sliders. P is still holding. HaSappy finding another miss on the aim. P does finally find that chain miss, but the score is still very tight due to HaSappy's act. And that does mean it flips over ever so slightly. Half a map still left. This is still anyone's game. He is definitely going to have to hold her to make up for her accuracy. Kind of a recurring theme. HaSappy finds a miss on that linear aim pattern though. Again, he has a chance to start building up combo on the filler. She misses on the filler as well. The score lead immediately flips back to HaSappy. HaSappy looking rather nervous though. Another miss from P, that's huge now. HaSappy's gonna start running away with it into this filler. So HaSappy's gonna have to miss on this next Ki and he's probably gonna have to hit all of it, I wanna say. Both players still holding. P finds another chain miss, and that could just be the pick for HaSappy. He does miss now. Finding another chain miss. Wait, it could. No, it couldn't. My bad. It looks like. Oh. Is that or yeah, Johnny maybe having a bit of a lag. But, I mean, that looked like a solid point for HaSappy. Recurring theme just being the accuracy difference on those DTs so far. And no mod 1. Okay, the jumps on this map get kind of big. 200 BPM cross-screen aim. Okay. Thinking Mr. Streamer is having some technical issues, unfortunately. So in the meantime, place your bets on who will win the aim map. Ooh. 20 Client is fighting for its life. Okay. We're back. Blown out. Oh, we're half back. We are not back. Well, glass half empty, we are not back. I think this is glass half full, we are back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, the internet warriors decided to attack the stream because it was just that awesome. But anyways, given HaSappy's aim, it has been looking a bit inconsistent. So this could be a P pick. That makes like a lot of sense. But alternatively, HaSappy is like a very high 4-digit, and this is a very hard aim map. But as we get started, we'll have to see. Um, oh, Okay, we can see P's perspective. I mean, she does hit that first diff spike. If you can call it a diff spike. The intro, I guess. Does HaSappy hit it? Ooh. We'll have to guess. Oh, P's winning. Okay, okay. But another player looking like they're having the most fun playing this. But HaSappy does have a very slight combo advantage. Oh, but that miss on that 1-2 is going to be huge. That extra miss aim on some pretty low spacing jumps, just unfortunate, but he's starting to build up more and more of a lead. With all of these random breaks from HaSappy. I believe this is the next Kiai. If he manages to hold through here, this could just be the pick right here. Done and dusted. Of course, if she misses and HaSappy holds through it, then this could quickly swap, but HaSappy finding more misses. He's still holding. He hits that diff spike right there. And I think this is another point for P. Missing on that slider quite a... No, not a lot HaSappy can really do to come back. This background just goes too hard. This is looking like a solid score from P. 510k. Solid one miss. Of course, there's a few slider breaks mixed in, but yeah, really strong performance. And there we go. HaSappy picks Hard Rock 1. This map is more of a tapping test than anything. There's a bit of aim at the start and like interspersed throughout it, but as long as you can stream 200, this map shouldn't be all that rough. Of course, streaming 200, very hard because I can't do it, so clearly no one else can. Very early miss with P, it doesn't matter this early though. Okay, both miss there. What a pleasant part of the song. You get into the tapping. Again, there's already a massive ACK advantage for HaSappy, which will help him a lot if he starts missing on the aim like he did there. There you go, another miss from P on one of that bursts. One of those bursts. Okay, we get into more of the tapping heavy part of the map. He's struggling a bit with the accuracy again. Finally runs out of juice and starts missing. HaSappy looks pretty comfortable on the tapping, but just seeing more like HaSappy doesn't really play a hard rock Floim at all, making him a bit less comfortable. Ooh, and neither player hits the only spaced part of the map in terms of Floim. You get to see each other's scores, and if you're HaSappy, you're probably feeling pretty confident. If you're P, you probably don't really care about the rest of this map, given the 83% ag. Very random miss from HaSappy on nothing. But unless P learns 200 in the span of this next Ki, pretty sure this is already a HaSappy win. Yeah, no juice for P, whereas as the snap's gone on HaSappy, I was gonna say has been looking more comfortable with the tapping, but then he does that, my bad. Yeah, this looks like another very solid win for HaSappy. Of course, maybe something to be desired in this score still, given all the random breaks on what kind of looked like nothing. But again, HaSappy just can stream 200 and he just can't stream 200. Yeah, 350k from HaSappy and P does break 100k. If only just. And HaSappy taking a tactical 2-minute break. P complaining about her tapping? That's kinda real though. Who even likes tapping anyways? But it is P's pick. Doesn't know what to pick, thinking about No Mod 6. I think as the mechanics maps run out, I think P starts to gain a lot more of an advantage. Can I stream 200? You know, I used to be able to do it, so how hard could it be to relearn it? No Mod 6. Wow, the CS9 AR8 precision map. Out of the two players, I imagine P would probably be more comfortable on this than HaSappy. I don't really think precision is really up HaSappy's wheelhouse at all. Yeah, HaSappy not looking like he's happy with this. I mean, the both players can play it. It's not like it's quote-unquote super hard on mechanics, so this is probably a really good pick for P. Guess we'll have to see if either player can like just build up a consistent combo or not. Because if one of them just can't hit the pillar, then the disc spikes don't really matter for the other player at all. Okay, HaSappy. Is HaSappy getting AR gapped or something? This is already looking like a pretty solid point for P. Yeah, P misses on the start of the scout. It doesn't really matter when your opponent has 70% act and you have 95 nearly. I'll be back really quick. Alright, so coming back, P is still kind of destroying HaSappy. P looks at least somewhat comfortable on this map, much better than HaSappy. He's fighting for his life out here. Yeah, another player's really hitting the quote-unquote the spike of the map. But another map where one player gets absolutely destroyed. P comes out with a pretty solid 250k. I'm pretty sure apart from No Mod 1, every map has just been a complete destruction of one player by the other. Have to see if this theme plays out. Hard Rock Free. Oh, and I think DC3 is also quite close. I don't remember Hard Rock Free at all, but it's probably just like some alt tech map, right? Yeah. Starting to get into some of the riskier picks. Whatever player wins this pick gets guaranteed TB. And if P wins it, she's in a really good spot to win the match. Okay, I mean, that start is not something you want if you're P. But, I mean, neither player is looking very comfortable on this. It's just that HaSappy's actually holding. I say that and he immediately note locks. My bad. But P does actually have the lead. But yeah, finally flips over. This map does look like a bit of a pain in the neck to act with Score V2. Okay. Sappy's still holding, but P does have combo. So if HaSappy breaks like he does there, then P can start coming back very fast. The score lead is about to flip it, and it flips back to P. Okay, both players miss. But P finds a second miss. The score lead barely flips back over HaSappy again. And he barely hits that pattern, but hitting that could be quite huge for HaSappy. 5k score lead. But P... Okay, P's built up 100 combo. They both see it, so let's see if nerves get the best of either of them. Ooh. Okay, now this is good for P. Never mind. Misses on what looks like kind of fillery. It means HaSappy will still maintain the lead. He does still have combo advantage though, so the map's definitely not over. If either player just manages to find a little bit of combo, then they'll just win this map. Oh, that blind section catches P out. This is looking like HaSappy has won this pick. Yeah. HaSappy finding that combo at the end to solidify this point. But I mean, neither player looked like they really liked playing this. 170k compared to 140k? But I mean, HaSappy's guaranteed TB now, but I mean, if you are HaSappy, you probably don't want to get it to TV, because Tiebreaker is pretty easy compared to the rest of the pool, I'd say, and it's more of an aim map, given the way his aim's been looking. Of course, he'd have to win P's point to do that, but what does P really have left to pick? I was P. Yeah, no mod 5. Assuming she's practiced this map, this could be a pretty one-sided map. Of course, you have to be pretty comfortable in your finger control, especially on some of the higher BPM bursts. I don't really know how fast this map gets, but like, it's polyrhythm. Surely it gets kind of fast, right? Of course, polyrhythm is also kind of easy to cheese your combo on, as long as you just tap fast. There's a bit of aim control in this map, though, as well. And if P's practice this, then yeah, this should be good, but I mean, based on these accuracies, this already looking like a pretty interesting map. Actually, HaSappy is coming out with the act lead, though. In fact, a pretty significant one of that. Of course, he probably may have practiced the map as well, I'd hope. Right? But both players still holding. Just the 10% act gap is kind of coming in clutch right now. Both players are gonna have to steal their nerves. Map starts picking up and both of them find a break at the same time. That's good for HaSappy. Trades really heavily favor him right now. Okay, that miss from HaSappy, never mind. He immediately trades it again right after. Neither of them really hitting that section. about halfway through and it's starting to get a bit dire for P. Okay, that could be huge. If P holds after HaSappy misses on that Floam ult, then the score lead could start to flip over, but she finds miss on the Buzz Slider. And now HaSappy has combo lead and a 10% AC advantage. Okay, another miss from HaSappy. But yeah, P again just trades it immediately after. The AC difference, yeah, it's definitely making HaSappy have this monumental score lead as we get to the end of the map. And yeah, HaSappy is pretty happy about that. And that does mean P is eliminated. The first and only breakpoint of the match going to HaSappy. We will not be seeing a tiebreaker. 250k from HaSappy compared to 185k from P. P just not looking comfortable on the tapping, and HaSappy just, you know, speed player who put speed on my no mod 5. And yeah, that means P is eliminated, and HaSappy will either face Bob Stevenson or Murphs in the next round. Not sure how either of those two would fare against HaSappy, but I'm assuming pretty good, right? And we do actually have a match in about an hour. Oofster versus Moko, aka David Seymour, at 7 PM. Tune in for that one. Thank you for watching and bye bye.